It's the Amoeba People. It's the Amoeba People. The Amoeba People. Greetings and welcome back to the Amoeba People podcast. My name is Ray Hedgepeth, the singer-guitarist of the inconceivably nerdy science rock band, the Amoeba People. Welcome to the next installment of our scientific, musical, sci-fi, radio-style adventure. Sorry for laughing. Could we cram any more adjectives into that description? Our scientific, musical, sci-fi, radio-style adventure, the Amoeba People audio cartoon. Today, we bring you episode 2, all about our journey 27 light years from the planet Crouton to Earth. And for those of you fans out there of the Voyager missions, which left Earth in 1977, by the way, this is a little side note here. There's a little surprise for you in this episode today. We know those Voyager mission fans are out there. You're very fanatical. We know you're there. We don't know who you are. We don't know where you are, but we know there are fanatical Voyager mission fans out there. There's a little surprise in this episode for you today, so stay tuned. Okay. We'd like to encourage you to visit our website, theamoebapeople.com, where you can find all of our music as well as our videos and merch. And by the way, Dustin Jordan, our drummer, has created some awesome designs for our merch store. For those of you who have already visited and purchased from that, thank you. You know what I'm talking about. There's some great designs. And most recently, he designed an Amoeba People audio cartoon t-shirt for the launch of season 2 of this podcast. Man, and rumor has it, he's working on an Alfred Wegener t-shirt as we speak. Oh my God. Okay. Also at the amoebapeople.com, you'll also find a link to our Patreon page if you'd like to support what we do financially. And, you can also help us out by giving us a rating and a review on Apple Podcasts or whatever podcast platform you listen to us on. Okay, without further delay, ladies and gentlemen, humans of all varieties, we present to you the next installment of the Amoeba People audio cartoon.
For decades, humans have transmitted radio wave signals deep into space. Little did they know advanced amoebic life forms on the planet Crouton received these transmissions with great wonder and curiosity. The Croutonian Council voted to send their musical ambassadors on an expedition to this distant world to investigate. These are the scientific and musical adventures of the Amoeba People.
Episode 2, An Improbable Journey.
On the last exciting episode of the Amoeba People audio cartoon, in a situation room on the planet Crouton, in the Encelada star system, the Croutonian Council voted to send a fact-finding team to the source of a mysterious transmission 27 light-years away.
All in favor of sending a fact-finding team to the source of the transmission?
It was decided that the Amoeba People would be that fact-finding team and act as musical ambassadors to this distant world.
The Amoeba People, as musical ambassadors from the planet Crouton, shall depart at once on an expedition to this distant world.
Before launch, the Amoeba People, Mr. Hedgepeth, Mr. Mosley, and Mr. Jordan, were transmogrified into human form from their original Croutonic amoeba forms, a process done so that the Meebs would easily fit in on this distant planet.
Mr. Jordan, you look different. As do you, Mr. Mosley. Very different indeed.
Now with their human bodies clothed in yellow short-sleeve polyester shirts, brown polyester pants, thin brown ties, and brown tortoiseshell glasses, the Meebs are ready to meet and blend in with these alien life forms who are currently unaware that a fact-finding expedition is headed their way. Let's join the Amoeba People as their ship, the Improbable, which bears a striking resemblance to a brushed aluminum camper trailer on planet Earth, prepares for liftoff. Science Minister Dr. Beeple and the Quartermaster, known as Q, are on hand as well for the launch.
I must say, Q, very fine job indeed. The Council is quite pleased with how quickly you and your team have put everything together for this mission. As you know, we're all very anxious to learn more about this alien civilization.
Yes, well, thank you, Doctor. We now know that the humans refer to their planet as Earth. We've learned quite a bit about the aliens during these past few weeks. For instance, many of them enjoy consuming brewed bean water, and some of their domiciles contain nebulously categorized furnishings known as futons.
Most fascinating, Q. All this new information will be invaluable to the Amoeba people on their journey. I'm quite pleased with the special equipment you're sending with them.
Yes. The engineers over at the Absurditudinal Technology Labs have been working day and night to finish these up for the mission. Now, Doctor, the countdown will be starting soon, so you'd better make your way back behind the blast doors while my adjutant makes the final pre-launch adjustments to the Improbable.
Very well. Thank you, Mr. Quartermaster, and Godspeed to you, Amoeba people.
Dr. Beeple and Q step behind the blast doors and move into the control room as the adjutant helps strap the Amoeba people into their seats.
I'm really sorry, Mr. Jordan. Even after all the ergonomic retrofitting we've done to the Improbable in order to make things more suitable for your new alien forms, it appears that your seat harness is still a bit snug.
You call this snug? I can barely feel my lower pseudopods.
I believe the humans call those appendages legs, Mr. Jordan.
Oh, my harness is also very uncomfortable.
Mine seems to fit just fine. Meebs, how's the pre-flight checklist going?
Navigation systems are looking good. Autopilot module online, manual control system standing by.
I've got green lights on the communications array. Hyperbole Drive core level is nominal. And this morning's edition of the Croutonian Chronicle is in the lavatory. We made the front page.
Excellent, Meebs. Control, all systems go. We are ready for launch.
Good luck, Amoeba people. All of Crouton is watching you now.
No pressure.
Copy, Improbable. All systems go for launch. Stand by for countdown.
I sure am gonna miss Crouton. There's nothing like staring up at the stars from your campsite out on the unleavened flats.
Or catching the warm afternoon breeze sailing through the sunny Thousand Island archipelago.
Or enjoying the vista after spending the morning climbing the perilous slopes of Balsamic Butte.
The Improbable launches, its camper-trailer brushed aluminum exterior glinting in the light of Encelada Alpha. And within a matter of minutes, the Improbable breaks free of the planet's gravitational force. Soon, the Amoeba people are in the darkness of space, with an incredible view of the stars, planets, and other objects of the Encelada star system. On board the Improbable, the Meebs are about to engage the Hyperbole Drive, which will allow them to travel 27 light-years in a few short days. Mr. Jordan, confirm trajectory data.
Coordinates confirmed, Captain. Course plotted for planet Earth.
Mr. Mosley, engage Hyperbole Drive on my mark.
On your mark, Captain.
And onward!
Onward!
For approximately 3 days, the Meebs are in transit through the darkness of interstellar space, traveling at absurdly hyperbolic velocities. Soon, Mr. Jordan engages the understatement sequencer, which triggers the deceleroplasmic hyperskids and begins to slow the unimaginable velocities of the Hyperbole Drive. The Improbable decelerates and begins its approach toward Earth's solar system.
Meebs, since we transmogrified from amoebas to humans, I've noticed some prickly growth on the facial area of my outer membrane.
Me too, Mr. Jordan. In fact, mine's getting a little itchy. I'm not sure about you guys, but when the temperature gets a little warm, I start secreting moisture of some kind.
I believe we are all experiencing similar phenomena, gentlemen. I think now might be a good time to view the instructional video prepared by Q to help us understand our new human forms.
Now that you've been transmogrified into human form, you may notice some changes occurring.
What's this weird stubbly stuff growing from my facial area?
That's totally normal. It's called facial hair.
Will it go away?
I'm afraid not, but you can shave it off, or trim it. Some humans even let it grow and trim it with a sort of stylish panache. This is called manscaping.
Manscaping?
Well, that makes sense, I guess.
And now, let's move on to the digestive system.
When I was a croutonic amoeba, I just absorbed food through my outer membrane and transpired waste back out into the air. How does my new human form process food?
That's a great question. Food enters through the mouth and travels down a tube called the esophagus.
The Improbable suddenly collides with an undetected, unmanned spacecraft. Little do the Meebs know, they have crashed into Voyager 2, a human-made craft preparing to leave the solar system for interstellar space. Also unbeknownst to the Meebs, a thin, golden disk has broken free of Voyager 2 and lodged itself into the undercarriage of the Improbable. Mr. Mosley, status report. What's happening to the Improbable?
Analyzing sensor log data now, Captain. Looks like we've collided with an unmeebed probe of some sort.
The autopilot didn't have time to react due to our post-hyperbolic momentum.
How much longer until the ship slows down enough to regain maneuverability?
We should cross that threshold in the next few seconds, sir. The decelerate plasmic hyperskids have slowed the ship to sub-preposterous velocity, but we're still going pretty fast. When you travel 27 light years in 3 days, it takes an incredulous amount of energy to slow down.
Mr. Jordan, what's our current location?
We're passing by the orbits of this system's ice giant planets. According to the files Dr. People made from the transmissions we received, they call that blue one Neptune. The next one,
Uranus.
Mr. Mosley, could you put that on mute?
Yes, Mr. Hedgepeth.
Well, after we pass Saturn and Jupiter, the autopilot will adjust our course to drop us into the plane of the ecliptic just past the asteroid belt.
Gentlemen, I'm detecting a large volume of transmissions coming from Earth.
Let's hear them, Mr. Mosley. This could be our opportunity to make first contact with the humans.
Hang on, I'm picking up a focused signal that appears to be aimed at us. Let me adjust the frequency.
Attention! Unidentified object. Thank you for visiting our solar system. We would like to welcome you on behalf of the M51 Records Laboratory and would encourage you to visit our facility. Our coordinates are encoded in this message. Please respond on this frequency, and our next available associate will be with you momentarily. This message will repeat.
Outstanding! Mr. Mosley, open a channel at that frequency quickly.
Right away, sir.
We would like to welcome you.
The channel is open.
Greetings, M51 Records Laboratory. This is the Amoeba People. Come in.
Coordinates are encoded in this message. Please respond.
Come in, M51 Records.
The associate will be with you momentarily. M51 Records Laboratory here, Beckford speaking. Oh my gosh, I can't believe it. Who did you say you were?
This is Mr. Hedgepeth, along with Mr. Jordan and Mr. Mosley. We are the Amoeba People.
The Amoeba People? Sir! Sir! You need to get over here, sir!
We're musical ambassadors from the planet Crouton, sent to your planet on a fact-finding mission by the Croutonian Council.
We intend to learn about your world, to unravel the wonders of its natural history, and to parse the mysteries of the human species by learning its dance moves. You do dance on Earth, don't you?
Well, of course we do. Some dance better than others, but, sir, we're talking to the Amoeba People. From Crouton, you said?
Move over, Beckford. Salutations, Amoeba People. This is Dr. Norbert Forrester Hindemith, founder and director of the M51 Records Laboratory. I cannot overstate my astonishment, exuberance, and mild trepidation at hearing your voices over these speakers.
The sentiments are mutual, to be sure, Dr. Hindemith. We look forward to meeting you soon at the coordinates you have provided. We are delighted that you've reached out and welcomed us so quickly upon our arrival in your solar system.
Yes, the M51 Records Laboratory's combination solar system scourer and automatic targeting transmitter is constantly scanning the solar system in search of inbound objects. When it detects something, it immediately transmits a focused signal in the hopes of initiating communication. Up until this afternoon, we've mostly been sending signals to asteroids and comets. Boy, Beckford, I'm sure glad you paid the electric bill this month.
Thank you, sir.
Atmospheric entry in T-minus 3 minutes.
I'm sending over those decoded M51 coordinates to you now, Mr. Jordan.
Got it. I'm adjusting our course.
We have so many questions for you.
And I would imagine you have plenty of questions for us.
Absolutely.
In that case, I hope you don't mind, but we've been preparing for this day for quite a while. And, well, ready, Beckford?
Ready, sir.
$4.5 billion years ago, this planet of ours was born.
From the dust of a solar nebula, misshapen and forlorn. It's a great big world, and humans are very small, but we sure have left a lasting mark on this here rocky ball.
With the passing of deep time, it took shape as it revolved.
Billions of years later, complex life forms have evolved. It's a great big world, and humans are very small, but we sure have left a lasting mark on this here rocky ball.
Our species is quite new when viewed through geologic time.
But we've gone from caveman to businessman in the twinkling of an eye.
We've done inspiring things like sending humans to the moon.
Others are less stellar, like this hybrid fork and spoon.
We invented civilization, irrigation, and sanitation too.
But also litigation and Raider Nation.
Yes, that's true.
It's a great big world, and humans are very small, but we sure have left a lasting mark on this here rocky ball.
We have Da Vinci, Raphael, Picasso, Beethoven, and Bach.
But also smooth jazz, Thomas Kincaid, Limp Bizkit, and Kid Spot. It's a great big world, and humans are very small, but we sure have left a lasting mark on this here rocky ball.
We're a bundle of contradictions, both brilliant and mundane. To an alien visitor, we might seem quite brilliant.
Or insane.
But for all our faults and shortcomings, there's one thing above all.
We sure have left a lasting mark on this here rocky ball. We've left our mark on this rocky ball. And no, it didn't take long at all. But who knows how long we humans will really last. Just think of all the species who have died off in the past. We've left our mark on this rocky ball. I know it didn't take long at all. Boy, we really left our mark. Perhaps it's a question mark,
but we'd like to guess our mark's not just a scroll.
On this here rocky ball.
Tremendous.
I'm speechless. Guys, I can't find my glasses. Has anyone seen my glasses?
Little did the Meebs know, the Improbable had been dealt a grievous blow by Voyager 2's golden record. When the disk pierced the ship's hull, it damaged critical fluid lines which had been steadily leaking during their journey through the solar system.
This isn't good. The navigation system seems to be malfunctioning. Switching over to manual controls.
Looks like we have a telemetric plasma leak. Levels are dangerously low and dropping.
The controls aren't responding. At this trajectory, we'll be entering Earth's atmosphere in no time and will almost certainly be going in for a hard landing.
Fasten your safety harnesses, Meebs. We're going in. The Improbable crashes into an open field in the city of Hawthorne, California. The Meebs are not aware of this yet, but they have crashed surprisingly close to a large spacecraft and rocket-building facility known as SpaceX. Meebs, is everyone all right?
I'm all right.
I'm fine. I found my glasses and a sandwich.
What do we have here?
It sounds like there's someone outside the ship. Mr. Mosley, can you get the airlock doors open?
Working on it.
As the smoke clears, the first human face that the Meebs encounter is that of an older gentleman, possibly in his 70s. His physical bearing indicates that he is a rugged individual, in good shape for his age, and completely unafraid of approaching what to him must appear to be a camper trailer on fire.
Your camper has been involved in a catastrophic accident. Mangled chunks of clay are strewn about the crumpled wreckage. Plumes of acrid smoke emerge from fissures in the damaged structure. And you, passengers, find yourselves at an existential crossroads. In one direction, fiery doom within the crippled vessel. In the other, escape to freedom thanks to a heroic rescue by legendary filmmaker Werner Herzog.
How will the Meebs navigate this existential crossroads as defined by legendary filmmaker Werner Herzog? Can they salvage the twisted wreckage of their ship, the Improbable? Will the Meebs ever rendezvous with the M51 Records laboratory team? Will Werner Herzog's accent improve? Find out next time on the Amoeba People audio cartoon. Thank you for listening to the Amoeba People podcast. The audio cartoon today was written, produced, and edited by the amazing Ryan Mosley. Story by Ray Hedgepeth and Ryan Mosley. Voices by Dustin Jordan, Ryan Mosley, and Ray Hedgepeth. And all music was written and performed, of course, by the Amoeba People. Speaking of music, you can find our music on Spotify, Apple Music, and Bandcamp. And you can find our videos on YouTube, naturally. And don't forget to visit our website, theamoebapeople.com, for our cosmic merch store, where you can find incredible t-shirts and stickers designed by our own Dustin Jordan. And on our website, you can also find a link to our Patreon if you would like to financially support what we do. Okay, thanks again, everyone, and until next time, onward! The Amoeba People.